Think of a place that you know. Now think about something else. Do you really know that place? Mammoth Lakes, California. Known around the country for its luxury ski resort and winter tourism, the small town offers endless recreational opportunities that can make someone believe they've been a mountain person their whole life. Known for the beauty of the surrounding lakes and endless forests, there are dozens of lakes, many within hiking distance of each other. But what it isn't known for, its rich history and how it came to be. Mammoth Lakes hasn't always been a postcard town. It has a past that shaped it into the mountainous oasis it is today. Mammoth Mountain, the famed ski destination, is a volcanic mass that has stayed dormant for the past 50,000 years. Mammoth itself lies in the heart of the Inyo National Forest, and the mountain contributes to the vast geological diversity in the scenic area. One of the largest environmental issues that Mammoth faces is the release of carbon dioxide on the south side of town. This pocket of carbon dioxide-rich air is known as Mazuku, which is Swahili for evil wind. Horseshoe Lake is the epicenter of this release of gas, and as a result, thousands of trees surrounding the lake have died due to a lack of oxygen in the soil. At first, the major number of tree deaths was attributed to the rampage of forest fires that hit California in the early 90s, but the fires didn't explain why trees of all ages and conditions were dying. Then, a California ranger fell ill due to CO2 poisoning after staying in a cabin along Horseshoe Lake, and scientists began to examine the presence of the deadly gas. The water in the lake itself cannot sustain aquatic life because of this lack of oxygen. The chemical makeup of the gas indicates that there may be a large reservoir of gas far beneath the surface of the mountain, and the constancy of gas may be seeping through the faults in the Earth's surface. CO2 gathers close to the ground and is undetectable to the naked human senses, so poisoning from it is common. It is safe to explore the lakes and swim in the water. However, there are certain days when exposure is higher. There have been few reported deaths due to carbon dioxide poisoning in Mammoth, the most recent being 3 ski patrol officers that fell into a fumarole, a large fault in the surface of the mountain that usually contains poisonous gases, and suffocated. Mammoth has a climate like Flagstaff. It is at an elevation of 7,800 feet and has warm, dry summers. The winters are long and snowy, which accounts for the flock of tourists around the winter recreational season. Snowfall averages 206 inches per season. In the eastern Sierra Mountains, near Bishop and today's Mammoth Lakes, the Paiute tribe resided. They cultivated the land for many, many years prior to the white settlers' arrival at the dawn of the gold rush. The Paiute people who live on the Bishop Paiute Reservation are descendants of the Numu, the original people of the Owens Valley. Owens Valley is southeast of today's Mammoth Lakes. The natives remained in this general area, however, they once populated the entirety of this section of the Sierra Nevadas. In 1912, the U.S. government reserved over 67,000 acres of land in the Owens Valley for the Indians of this area. This was an attempt to maintain the tribal presence in the area as it was pertinent to its state. The deal was set for 20 years. However, in 1932, President Hoover revoked the 67,000 acres of reserved land and placed the lands in watershed protection status for the city of Los Angeles. This meant that the clean rivers, lakes, and streams once on the reservation land for the Paiute people were taken away to serve the residents of Los Angeles. In 1936, the city wanted the rest of the land, so the federal government traded these lands for the 875 acres that now make up the Bishop Paiute Reservation located at the base of the Sierra Nevadas. Today, per the Bishop Paiute tribe, the Paiute people are the 5th largest California tribe, with 2,000 members and one of the smallest land bases. Despite the land predicament, the tribal government has upgraded technical capabilities and developed infrastructure for the present and future growth of the Bishop Paiute Reservation. The European history of Mammoth Lake started in 1877 when 4 explorers staked a claim on Mineral Hill, south of the current town, along Old Mammoth Road. Old Mammoth Road is now the main route through the town. Word of gold spread, and soon the mining camp held 1,500 people. They coined it Mammoth City, but soon the lust for mining diminished the company and Mammoth City held about 10 people. About 15 years later, the town of Mammoth was unofficially established near Mammoth Creek. Though the boom of popularity took years to arrive, Mammoth remained a rugged adventurer's destination. As the automobile became more abundant, California residents took the challenge of traveling 2.5 days to take advantage of the beauty and the nature that Mammoth offered. Tourists set up camps that soon turned into cabins that lined the roads, and the town grew. With their tents and sporting gear, tourists brought money. Mammoth's initial main economic generator was tourism, and it remains one of the largest sources of income to this day. You've seen Mammoth through the eyes of a researcher, a historian, and an interested citizen. Now it's my turn to show you Mammoth through my eyes. Mammoth Lakes, California, is a place of memory, a place of family affairs. It's a place of escape. It's a place of tradition and history. It's a place of vacation. My family staked their claim in Mammoth Lakes in 1984 when my grandparents purchased a plot of land with money left to them from my great-grandfather and with the help of my mom's cousin, constructed a cabin in the following 3 years. This cabin is a simple one, consisting of 2 bedrooms downstairs and a loft upstairs with 4 sets of bunk beds. The Mammoth I know exists in the summertime. It exists at the end of June and the beginning of July. Mammoth exists with fireworks, hikes behind McCloud Lake, and 14 members of my family crammed into the cabin. My family has held a tradition of going to Mammoth since before there were grandchildren and the house was quiet. However, we are a family of acceptance, so in my grandmother's words, the more the merrier. This is how we lived for a week with 14 people in a 1,440 square foot cabin in the woods, with love, acceptance, and escapes to the coffee shop down the road. Inside my cabin is a wood-burning stove, a rickety old couch and dinner table, and a familiar, comforting, musty smell. Inside my cabin is a big-mouthed bass that sings "Don't Worry, Be Happy," and is traditionally played one time upon arrival to the cabin and never again during the trip. This became an unspoken rule, but it is appreciated by everyone. Outside my cabin, there are trees and rocks lined up in front of the porch where our family quilt hangs. There is a bench and a barbecue. The adults hang out and watch us kids play wiffle ball and frisbee, or observe carefully as we explore the forest across the street. Across the street is a forest. In the forest, we pass a fallen tree whose trunk became a fort while we were small enough to fit inside, but now lays in ruins, simply a memory. We continue up the uneven yet perfectly cohesive trail, and after some climbing, we reach the meadow. The meadow is simply a grassy area in a clearing of trees. It was a momentous occasion when a cousin, aunt, or uncle would announce that they were hiking up to the meadow. Us kids would jump at the chance and beg to bring the dog along. After turning to admire the view, we arrive in the clearing and head up past the boulders to a very tiny ledge. We take a moment of silence. At first, when I didn't know why we were silent, I would fidget in the small thicket of trees around me until the grown-ups started talking again. I soon found out that this is where we spread my Grandma Carol's ashes, per her request, over a ledge with a beautiful view of the snowy Sierras. I now hold this spot, above the meadow and my town, near to my heart. We come home from the forest and go to sleep, us kids and most of the aunts, uncles, and cousins stuffed in the bunk beds above. One lucky couple gets the downstairs bedroom with a door that has a lock. They are truly the lucky ones. My grandparents are snug in their bedroom down the hall. We fall asleep with visions of Betsy Ross gallivanting in our heads. You may be wondering, Betsy Ross? I can't exactly tell you why it's her that became our 4th of July Santa Claus. However, per my family, legend has it that Betsy Ross's ghost lives up in an abandoned cabin in the forest we visited before. She visits our cabin after it has been fully decked out in 4th of July garb, and on the mornings of July 2nd through 4th, leaves the grandkids presents. It started out as Beanie Babies, then slowly grew, along with the number of grandkids, to include coloring books, snacks, and other knickknacks. I hold this tradition so close to my heart because I've never heard of another family doing what we do. It makes us unique. Odd to some tourists passing through town and seeing the decorated little cabin at a time other than the holidays, but to us, unique. Special. We wake up, have breakfast together at our rickety table. We make sure all the grandkids are out of bed, then retrieve our gifts from Betsy Ross's ghost. It's the morning of July 4th. Her gifts are extra special today. Our cabin of 14 gets ready in 2 small bathrooms for our 4th of July festivities. First step, deck yourself out for the parade. The parade. Oh, the parade. This is Mammoth to me. The parade goes down Old Mammoth Road. We put up tents and chairs to sit up under along the path. We claim our seats, then head to Schatz's Bakery. The most delectable treats await inside the old wooden doors. We return and are set to watch the parade. We watch as the color guard passes. We stand with our hands over our hearts as the Marines march by. We run out to the street as the floats toss candy off the side of their vehicles. We anxiously await the passing of the Mammoth fish truck that hands out live bass fish, the trophy prize of the parade. Forget candy. If you got the bass, you are hailed queen or king of the parade. We listen as the fire trucks blare their sirens to signify the end of the festivities. We return home, tired, with bags of loot from the parade. It's barbecue time. My grandfather is at the grill, armed with a plethora of tools fit for the king of the grill. We tell him what we want, he cooks, we enjoy. We spend time socializing with family and honorary family members alike. We talk, we play games, we enjoy each other. My Mammoth is a family affair. My mammoth differs from a tourist's mammoth, from a resident's mammoth, and from the initial settlers of the town. My mammoth was shaped by my family, by my experiences, by my eyes. I'm so genuinely blessed to know the mammoth that I know. My mammoth is special, unique, and odd. It's patriotic, and it has a story unique to my eyes. Each of us has a different story in accordance to a place, and this is mine.